Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin, or A Hobbit's Reading List. This week we are continuing to work on January's TBR. Hopefully I will finish the book I've been reading for over a week. And we're starting a new audiobook, and we're also changing my hair again. It's been 4 months since I've had like a more exciting color. Like this is all not quite my natural color, but almost. Last year I did a lot of like different colorful things with my hair, so I'm excited to get back to that. But otherwise we're just continuing to read. So let's get into it. So I'm editing last week's vlog right now. Yes, I'm editing Tuesday morning. They go up on Tuesdays. Sometimes I cut it really close. But I'm talking about Gates of Shabbat, which reminded me that I hadn't filmed this clip yet. So yesterday I actually finished reading Gates of Shabbat because I had to go get an oil change. I had to wait for it to be done, so I just went ahead and finished it. And it gave me a lot of ideas of how to make Shabbat different from every day of the week, which is sort of the goal. Like Shabbat is meant for rest. You're not supposed to do a lot of work. You're supposed to breathe. Just, especially as our days have become more and more busy, just because life is more and more busy, that day of rest is really important. And so it just gives you different ideas of like ways that you can incorporate and make the day special and restful for yourself, even if you're not able to do everything. And that's pretty much what the whole book is about. Like, that's a synopsis for you. So it gave me a lot of ideas because I'm not able to be completely Shomer Shabbos. So I appreciate it, and I also appreciate how it was written in a way that that recognized that just do one thing. Just start with one thing, and if you're able to do that and it feels good and you want to add something else, then add something else. It's not saying you need to do every single thing, and I found that really lovely. And it was also, it brought in a lot of different commentaries and everything. It wasn't just this is how the author thinks that you should celebrate Shabbat, because it wasn't written by one author, so that was nice. I enjoyed it. It's nonfiction, which sort of I don't necessarily enjoy nonfiction, but I don't think you're supposed to, right? Like, you're reading nonfiction to learn, and I did. So I ended up giving it 4 stars. I will probably look through it again. I made some notes of, different things that I could start doing, and maybe I'll just start incorporating, one blessing, and after a while, if that feels good, I'll do something else. So that was about it. I also started reading Love Among the Chickens yesterday. I only read like 15 pages. It seems interesting. So it's about this guy. This is what I know. For Wodehouse, I don't read the summary. I don't read anything. I go into it completely blind. So this is what I know 15 pages in. There's this guy named... Honestly, I forget his name. But there's this other guy. There's this other guy named Eucrid who recently got married, and he comes to this other guy whose name I can't remember and proposes a scheme involving chickens. Eucrid is convinced that you get chickens, they lay eggs, you sell the eggs, and you get more chickens who lay more eggs, and you sell those eggs, and you get money that way. Which, sure, if you're in an area that really wants a lot of eggs. But anyway, that's where I'm at. And this is not the first time this chicken scheme has come up in Wodehouse. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen, because any other time that I read about it, which I think is twice before, it's been in short stories. And it was just an idea. This is actually, I'm assuming, going to be put into practice. So I'm really interested to see how that turns out. But that's really all I've read today, yesterday, because it's Tuesday morning. Today I'm going to start listening to Better the Blood by Michael Bennett for my family's book club because we have a meeting next week. And I know my dad didn't like it. And we tend to have the same general opinion of the family book club books. So I don't know how this is going to go. It is a thriller again. There's nothing wrong with thrillers. Like, I want to be very clear. They're just not for me. There's nothing wrong with them. If you like thrillers, that's awesome. You have a great access to them. Like, and I'm sure there are good ones. I just haven't read them yet. If anyone wants to recommend a really great thriller, go for it. I will probably check it out because the books that have been recommended to me so far have been by my family. I haven't been that great, or just I have not enjoyed them. I'll put it that way. So anyway, I just wanted to film this clip while I was literally thinking about it, because I kept meaning to do it last night and I kept forgetting. So there we go. And I will check in with you guys hopefully later tonight, probably tomorrow morning, with more thoughts about Better the Blood. Hey everyone, I just wanted to film this real quick before I go to work. I was rushing around because I wanted to have time to film. And now I feel really like hot and sweaty. Even though it's like 34 degrees outside Fahrenheit. Okay. So I've not read Love Among the Chickens since Monday. Yeah. But I did start listening to Better the Blood. And so far I don't have an issue with it. I'm trying to understand the point. Like, it's a thriller. It's supposed to be thrilling, right? But right now, it's just the main character, Hannah, trying to solve a serial killer. And it's interesting. I'm especially interested in the parts about Maori culture because Hannah is Maori. It's set in New Zealand. So I'm interested in that. But I'm like 30% in, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, okay, so what are we doing? Like, where are we going with this? Yeah, so it's interesting. Like, I don't know, but I know my dad didn't like it, and so obviously I'm not gonna, like, I don't think that just because my dad didn't like it that I have to not like it as well. Like, that's not what it is. But I'm waiting to see where that comes in. Because I believe at first he was just like, kind of like I am. And I think as the story went on, he started like actively not liking it. So I'm just like, just bracing myself. But I'm going to listen to more on my commute to work. I have like, I want to say like 5 hours left right now. So I'll finish it this week for sure. I'll probably finish it Friday. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have a lot going on reading wise. Most of my reading, because I've just been really busy at work. It's just been meeting after meeting after meeting. So I will probably actually do like physical reading tomorrow because I'm getting my hair done, and that takes a couple hours. so I will, yeah, I'll bring Love Among the Chickens with me. I'll read that. Should I bring another book? No, because every time I bring another book, I feel bad that I don't actually get to it. So I'll bring Love Among the Chickens if I somehow finish it during my hair appointment. Because it's only like 130 pages. I have a lot of short books on my TBR this month. But if I somehow finish it, like, I have an arc that I can read on my phone, or I can read fan fiction or whatever. Like, it's fine. But yeah, so that's what's going on. And I'm going to go to work and have another incredibly busy day. Wish me luck. Hi guys. I'm very tired. I feel like I haven't really done much today. I've been like running around doing errands and stuff. I got my hair done, so it's blue and purple. I listened to, I'm gonna flip this around actually, hold on. I listened to about 20% more Better the Blood last night. I am enjoying the strong word. It's fine. I have some issues with some of the decisions that the author made about the plot. Mainly, like, there's a subplot that is totally unnecessary, and if you took it out, the main story wouldn't change at all. So there's that. I also have an issue with who the killer is, because I feel like it cheapens, I think, the message that the author is trying to convey. That's really all I can say about spoilers. If you've read the book, you probably know what I'm alluding to. Other than that, I'm making this really quick, so I'm also cooking at the same time. Other than that, I read like 20 more pages of Love Among the Chickens. I really didn't read that much during my appointment. So that's on me. I will hopefully maybe read a little bit more tomorrow, but I have a pretty light day at work tomorrow. I'll hopefully read more tonight. I also have a light day at work tomorrow, so I'll hopefully read a little bit then. But I also am probably going to work tomorrow. There's a big snowstorm coming, and we'll see how that impacts my meetings and everything, and as well as my drive home, because I could have, not only will I have like Friday afternoon traffic, I will have traffic in the middle of a snowstorm, so it's going to be very, very, very slow. So I might finish Better the Blood tomorrow. I have 3.5 hours left, but I might finish it. We never know. So yeah, so that's where we're at. This is a very quick update. Like I said, I'm making shepherd's pie, so I'm like watching the water for the potatoes. And yeah, I really don't have anything more exciting. Like, I literally went to my hair appointment. I was there for 2.5 hours, and then I went grocery shopping, and I went to personal training, and then I finally ate lunch, and then I had my writing date, and now I'm cooking. Like, that's my whole day. I didn't really do much today. So, sorry. Here's to tomorrow, going well, and hopefully not being a huge pain in the butt. Good morning. So I ended up working from home yesterday because it snowed a lot. I'm watching 2 people snow blow their driveways right now because apparently it snowed more overnight. I had actually tried to drive to work yesterday, and I didn't get out of Indiana before. I'm like, no. But that meant that I did listen to Better the Blood. I listened to, I think, like an hour, because yes, it took me an hour. Usually takes me a little bit over an hour to get to work, and I work in a different state, so there's that. We know who the killer is. We know why, which I still don't agree with. Like, I understand the why. I don't agree with who the killer is. Like I said, I think it sort of is counterproductive to what I think the author is trying to do. And I ended on sort of a cliffhanger, because the one character that I genuinely care about is in danger. And I had told my dad a couple days ago that, like, oh, I like this character, and he sort of just made a face, and I thought that meant that I wouldn't like the character eventually, that they would do something that I would make me not like them. But now I wonder if that face was because that character dies. So there's that. I'll finish it tomorrow when I go back to work. I'm assuming like 2.5 hours left. I'm at like 68%, I think. Yeah. It's not going to be a 5-star. It's probably not going to be a 4-star because of that whole plot, that subplot that like just was completely unnecessary. I did read like, how much did I read Love Among the Chickens yesterday during in between meetings. And I'm trying to think, I don't know how much I actually read. I'm gonna guess like maybe 40 pages. I haven't broken the 100-page mark. I don't know what it is, honestly, about books that are like less than 200 pages. There's something in my brain that's like, oh, this shouldn't take you that long, and then it takes me over a week. I don't understand that. And obviously maybe there's something you said of like, this book isn't like super gripping. I'm not like, oh my gosh, the best book ever. Like I'm not like that. So maybe that's why, like, if it's less than 200 pages, like I think I should be reading it fast. And if I'm not like in love with it, that just bums me out more. I don't know. My brain is weird. But I read Love Among the Chickens. There are funny parts. There was, you know, Wodehouse, especially once you start reading a lot of his work, you notice like certain plots, tropes, cliches, things that he likes to bring in a couple times. And he brought in one of his favorites, which is the idea of saving someone from drowning in order to curry favor with someone, either the person you saved from drowning or someone who saw you save them. That shows up in a couple of his works, and it showed up in this one. But I'm just like, I mean, it worked, so I can't really argue with it, I guess. But yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna finish it today. It would be nice if I finished it today because it should not have taken me this long to read it. Maybe I'll go ahead and figure out what I'm gonna read next, just to serve as like motivation. Yeah, other than that, I don't know. I had a really off day yesterday, mood-wise. Still kind of there. I'm gonna do my morning routine, see if that helps. And then I have gymnastics to watch at 3, Oklahoma's in another quad meet. And then we have a friend coming over tonight, so we have to clean. And I have to do homework. So yeah, I have a busy day. Hopefully I'll read some. Hopefully I'll get some more things accomplished. I was actually like fairly productive yesterday until my mood tanked. I had like an hour between 2 meetings and I did like 5 chores. And I sat down at the end of it, I'm like, because I was very tired. So that was kind of cool. But all right, let's get started on today. Good morning. I am very tired. And if you hear something in the background, that's my kettle heating up. Okay, so I finished 2 books yesterday, which I'm very happy about because I was just not feeling them really. I don't know what it is. I might be going into a reading slump just because I'm not really like excited about any of the books on my TBR, which maybe explains why I didn't read them last year. But first I finished Better the Blood, which honestly like was better than I was expecting. 1, for being a thriller, and 2, knowing that my dad didn't like it. I didn't mind it. I still think that there's a whole subplot that was completely unnecessary, so that cost it some plot points. And then I still don't agree with who the killer is. I think that it was, again, I've said this all week, like, I think it was counterproductive. But I enjoyed learning. Like, that's the thing, like, I enjoy learning, especially about other cultures. And so I enjoyed the aspects of Mari and learning about the indigenous people of New Zealand and just so much about it. Like I just didn't know that much. And so that was fun to me, especially knowing that the author is Mari as well. So I think that probably, like, gave it back some points. So so I gave it a 3-star, which for a thriller from me, not bad. Like, honestly, if you really enjoy thrillers and you read a lot of them, I would check out Better the Blood, because I wouldn't say I liked it, but I didn't mind it. So there you go. That's what you got. So the other book that I finished also got 3-star. I'll say that right now, but for different reasons. So, Love Among the Chickens by P.G. Wodehouse. I gave 3 stars. My dad kept saying he was interested to see how I would feel about Euclid, which is, like, one of the main characters of Love Among the Chickens, because in some ways he's very similar to Smith, who I don't like. And I can see it, but Euclid feels more oblivious in the ways that he screws people over, whereas Smith feels manipulative. And so I don't mind Euclid. Like, he's annoying, but he's fine. Honestly, and this might annoy my dad, the main character is Jerry Garnett, and I disliked him more than I disliked Euclid, because I don't know. I don't know if it's the way Wodehouse wrote them, but it's just like, I'm discovering. I have a thing about people not taking responsibility for situations that they caused. And there are a lot of situations in Wodehouse books. And the characters who are like, oh, well, yeah, I caused a situation, but you can't, like, hold me responsible for it. Like, what? Like, that bugs me. And Jerry did a lot of that. So, Love Among the Chickens, I don't even know if I've given the synopsis, because I've been reading it forever. I've been reading it for over a week, which is long, considering it's only 135 pages. So Love Among the Chickens is about this guy, Jerry, who is an author, and his old school friend Euclid comes to him, proposes a scheme to run a chicken farm to get rich. So they go to the coast together to start running a chicken farm, but neither of them know anything about running a chicken farm, so it's not very successful. And in the meantime, on the train over, Jerry had seen this girl, thought she was beautiful, fell in love, because that happens a lot in Wodehouse novels. And it turns out that this girl, her name is Phyllis, is actually neighbors with them, with her father. And so Jerry is trying to ingratiate himself into the family to get close to Phyllis, because he loves her so much, even though he knows nothing about her. And all that involves. So there you go. Love Among the Chickens. Yeah, it's fine. I will say it was better than The Little Nuggets. There were some parts that, like, actually made me laugh. It was entertaining, but it was fine. And Chris pointed out last night, he's like, it doesn't seem like you like Wodehouse. I'm like, I think that's the thing that's frustrating, is I know I like Wodehouse, but I think there's a part of me that is comparing the novels that I'm reading to the ones that I really enjoyed, like Hot Water or any of the Jason Wooster stories. and they're falling short, and I find that frustrating. So, because I was thinking about that after Chris made that comment last night. Because I'm like, I know I like Wodehouse. I know he's a very funny writer. He's so brilliant at constructing these stories. And so when the story doesn't have that buildup like it does in Hot Water, then I'm just like, what happened? So I think that's kind of where I'm at. And that brings us to the end of the vlog. So I'm gonna start another one. If you're wondering why my curtains are closed, by the way, because they're never closed. It is so cold here that yesterday one of our pipes froze. It's warmed up again, like it didn't burst as far as we can tell. So we're like, all right, we need to keep the house so warm, which is why I'm in a tank top and I'm actually sweating right now. So, fun fact. But yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog and start the next one. And hopefully my reading next week is better. Probably not, honestly. Because I already know the physical book I'm reading. And I actually listened to the samples for both the audiobooks that I have left. And I didn't like either of the narrators. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess we'll figure it out. Watch next week's vlog to find out. So leave a comment if you have any suggestions of what I should do as far as audiobooks when I don't like the narrators. And yeah, like the video, subscribe, click the notification bell, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.